British Prime Minister David Cameron has sent political tremors through the European Union by saying he'll stage an in or out referendum. Cameron wants to renegotiate the UK's relationship with Europe if the country is to continue its membership of the 27-nation bloc. Richard Bestick reports from London.
Mr. Cameron said Europe faces a crisis of competitiveness and democratic accountability that's felt acutely in the UK.
Now, if we don't address these challenges, the danger is that Europe will fail and the British people will drift towards the exit. I do not want that to happen. I want the European Union to be a success, and I want a relationship between Britain and the European Union that keeps us in it.
Britain has had a difficult relationship with the European Union dating back to the days of Margaret Thatcher's premiership. David Cameron, though, has stepped up a gear with his promise of a referendum, the first on Europe in the UK for more than 3 decades. But first, years of negotiation for a new settlement.
And when we have negotiated that new settlement, we will give the British people a referendum with a very simple in or out choice: to stay in the European Union on these new terms or to come out altogether. It will be an in-out referendum.
Critically, Mr. Cameron will need to secure those negotiations with his 26 EU partners, and there are those in Europe who have other priorities, not least an economic crisis.
In Brussels, there is no mood to start renegotiating. We're moving in some areas towards closer integration, not towards looser integration. So the sort of menu à la carte is not really available for Britain.
Mr. Cameron's aware Britain needs Europe for trade and to encourage companies to invest in the UK. And there's something of a domestic agenda here too, but the challenge has been made and the stakes are huge.
Of course, Mr. Cameron's grand idea for a new relationship with the European Union is entirely dependent on the general election here in Britain in just over 2 years. All the uncertainty for the markets and business and all those ruffled feathers in the parliaments of the European Union will be for naught should the British electorate say no to the idea and, of course, no to Mr. Cameron. Richard Bestick, CCTV, London.